Good morning, developers. If you are new to the channel, my name is Rob, and in this playlist, we are going through the updates to ECMAScript, or JavaScript if you prefer, since 2015. That is when ES6 was released. And ES6 had a ton of awesome features. It got all the publicity though, because a lot of good stuff has happened since then, and it's just not getting noticed. And I want to try and cover all of them one feature at a time. So if you need a little bit of detail on the relationship between JavaScript and ECMAScript, or maybe just some background, I will drop a link or two in the description that will help out with that. I will also have a link to the GitHub repo where my code from this particular lecture is at as well. We are looking at toSorted today, and this was released in 2023 or in ES14. I use MDN for the docs, and I use a Visual Studio Code as my code editor. I am using a .html file here with script tags. If you want to make a JS file and run it in Node, that's perfectly fine. It will run in both places. The HTML is a little bit easier to read in the window. HTML will be more familiar to more people, and the browser console is just, it's easier to read than the terminal, at least in video format. So I've got an array already set up here, so you can copy this from GitHub, or you can pause me and copy it. But it is an array called clients with 4 objects. Each one has a name, a company, and a sales number. And the data is arbitrary. You just need the sales out of order because we are going to sort it. So you can make this, make whatever you want. And then down at the bottom here, I'm logging it off on line 26. So coming over here and refreshing, you can see our array. So let's look here at toSorted. This is an array prototype method, meaning if you're an array, you have the toSorted. And it is a utility function, or I call them quality of life functions. We don't have any new powers with this, but it simplifies our code. We can do it in one step instead of 2. And it says the toSorted method of array instances is the copying version of the sort method. So if you've been around JavaScript very long, you know how the sort method works. It mutates arrays. So if I click on this, it says the sort method of array instances sorts the elements of an array in place and returns the reference to the same array now sorted. It changes the original thing. We go down to return value, no copy is made. It changes it on the spot. So the reason you'd use toSorted is because you wanted to sort an array without changing the original. I actually have found that I use it quite a bit. The most common use case will be I'm getting data from somewhere else. A lot of times it'll be a database that's not sorted, but I want to preserve the original copy for whatever reason. toSorted is to the rescue. The syntax, we can optionally give it a sorting callback function. This is exactly the same thing as sort. In our case, we have a bunch of objects, so we'll have to provide it in order to determine what property to sort by. The return value is the new array. So coming back over here quick, just to demonstrate what we already said there is if I do clients.sort open close, we are going to need to provide a function. So I'll do a comma b, and we will return a.sales minus b.sales. This is going to resort this array of objects in ascending order by sales. So come back over here and refresh. We get we first with 2,000, then Jim at 10,000, Jose and Ram. Back over here, instead of Jim being first, right? These two have switched spots. Again, we didn't do anything in terms of assigning the variable. Clients is now different than it was. If you wanted to do this the old way, you would do this. You would do const, and we'll do copy clients equals. Before you ran sort, you would run slice, and then you would run .sort. So if I run this code now, and I will log both of these, we'll console.log copy clients. So the first one is clients, and the second one is the copy. Back over here and refresh. Open them both up. You can see this is the original, Jim, we, Ram, Jose. This one has we, Jim, Jose, and Ram. You could also, depending on your past, you could also do this where you could use the spread operator. That will do the same thing, line 26 there. Do a quick refresh, and once again, you'll be able to see the first one is not mutated, the second one is. But we can do one better than that now. We can just go straight to clients. Instead of having that .slice in there, get rid of that and do sorted, save it, do another refresh. The original array is what it was, and the new one is sorted in order. Okay, that is pretty much what it comes down to. A few notes here is if you use it on a sparse array means there are indices that don't have any values in them, not undefined, but don't have any values. So if we come back over and I grab clients, and I'm just going to do clients, we'll go to index 25 and we'll set that equal to a new object. I'll put sales in there of 1 just so that we have something valid. If we come back over and refresh, you've seen this before, again, if you've been around JavaScript very long, but we have 26 items in it. We don't really. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, and then it hops to 25. All of those indices in between is what makes it sparse. If you run toSorted on a sparse array, you can see what happens. It will move them to the end and it will convert it to undefined. So this behavior is different than sort. If we do sort on a sparse array, so coming back over here, if I run clients.sort, I'll grab our callback here. We don't have to type it out again. If I run clients.sort on line 29 here and we refresh this, you'll see it just moves them to the end. They remain empty. So it still has the same length, but it doesn't have any index after 4. It does not do that with toSorted. It converts them to undefined. And so they're going to take up sort of memory, unlike empty. Okay. Lastly, it is a generic method, meaning it doesn't technically have to be run on an array. As long as the thing has a length property, you can run it. Just something to be aware of. I can't think of any time I've ever used it on anything other than an array. But really quick review, if you want to run sort and you don't want to mutate the original, toSorted is what you are after. I will see you in the next one.